Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. In this video today, we need to talk about Rekkles because last time we checked in with Rekkles last week, K-Corp was in the LFL, obviously, sitting at 2-4, and they were towards the bottom of the standings. You know, overall, things were not going that well. And Rekkles, I think, was doing fine. He was doing even pretty good. You know, his stats were still there. His team wasn't doing that great. Obviously, 80 carry, bot lane, whatever, is a pretty team-centric position. But we're getting the same kind of, you know, Rekkles stuff. He's going to play for KDA. He's going to play for that late game fight. He's going to try and pop off. And, you know, he needs a little bit of a team there. And I think there was definitely some K-Corp members struggling. And that's not to say that Rekkles was playing amazing either. You know, he wasn't exactly in perfect form. But you know, stuff was starting to get weird. K-Corp fans were starting to get a little upset. A lot of people were starting to flame K-Corp, flame Rekkles. You know, everything was getting bad. And this was a big week for them. They needed to come out and step up in a big way. And they were in front of fans. You know, they were in front of full crowds. It was hype. It was exciting. It was crazy. There was going to be a ton of pressure on K-Corp. So in this video today, we're just going to be going over, you know, what happened, what's happened since then, and where does K-Corp and Rekkles kind of stand at this point, because it's really exciting. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I'd appreciate that a ton, and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Help us run those numbers up a little bit. We got to get to 10,000 subscribers. That'd be absolutely awesome. I would appreciate it a ton. And if you don't subscribe today, hey, we'll catch you right back here tomorrow. You'll have another chance. It'll be okay. With that being said, let's get right into this one. So, again, K-Corp, they were struggling. Things were not going great. Here is, you know, their first 6 LFL games. Obviously, you know, you can see the other ones and stuff, and I'm sure some people already know the results. But their first 6 games, you know, beat Misfits Academy, awesome. Lose to Mirage, okay. Beat BDS, they're 2-1. Hey, everything's awesome. But then a 3-game slide. They lose to Gamers Origin. They lose to LDLC. They lose to Solari. And then they come into these games against Game Ward and Vitality B. This is a big week. You know, Game Ward, not a super amazing team, but they have some very solid players. And then Vitality B is also just a really strong team in the LFL. You know, they're potentially one of the top teams in the LFL. But still, if you want to be a team that's going in, you know, winning EU Masters, first of all, even qualifying for EU Masters, but winning EU Masters and competing for that EU Masters title, Vitality B, they're a good team, but their team you're going to have to be better than. I don't think they're the best team in the ERLs or anything like that. So this was very big, obviously, for K-Corp to come out and put up a statement win against Game Ward. You know, they looked very good. 1-1-3, going 3-2-8 on Lee Sin. Hantera 0-0-10. Seiken 5-0-6. That was awesome. And then obviously Rekkles going 6-0-3 in Jinx. And the big moment in this game that really got everyone talking, you know, the most hype, the most exciting moment was a team fight. I think 28 minutes into the game that we'll take a look at. Let me rewind it a little bit and get the volume up for you guys.
Ça peut être catastrophique, la téléportation qui arrive. Cabochard qui se retourne dans la mêlée. Les dégâts sont bons, l'arrivée de Antera. Attention, Rekkles arrive un tout petit peu tard avec 113. Les Jester qui sont bien Rekkles. Va nettoyer ce team fight. Un premier kill. Doublé, triplé, quadruplé. Dieu, ça peut être...
There you go. Obviously, the pentakill for Rekkles, you know. I mean, at this time, K-Corp was already pretty handily winning this game. It's 8-1 in kills. They're up 5,500 gold at 20. Oh, this is only 20 minutes? I thought that was an 8. I thought this was 28 minutes. This is 20 minutes. And they're up 5,500 gold. Rekkles is only 1-0, but obviously he picked up a pentakill. That's how he gets a 6-0-3, and then the game's just over after that. Very hype moment, and could potentially be a season kind of altering moment for K-Corp. Again, at this point in this game, they are 2-4 on the season. This is a team that's not supposed to win the LFL title. They're supposed to win EU Masters. They're 2-4. Rekkles comes out, gets a pentakill, wins the game, gets them to 3-4, and again, potentially I think turns around their whole season. This could be a season-defining moment. Not that this pentakill was so important, or that you know, K-Corp was going to lose this game if Rekkles didn't get a pentakill, but now they're hyped, they're excited, they're inspired. It's just a big kind of, I really think, momentum shifting moment, a really big deal. And then you hear it, the casters are going crazy, the crowd going absolutely insane. Everyone wanted to see that. And I know, you know, we'll go over a Rekkles interview in a second where he kind of talks about what this moment meant to him and what it meant to the team and everything. But I mean, this was crazy. This was a very big moment. Again, K-Corp had this game in the bag, but hey, Rekkles stepping up, getting the pentakill. Very, very great to see. Very excited. Everyone loved that. Rekkles got the penta. Hey, no one is complaining. Everyone was very, very happy about that. But then, obviously, the next big game against, well, first I want to talk about Game Ward a little bit. They have Jekyllad, and they have Inax. They have some decent players. Game Ward is not a terrible, terrible team at all. It's not like, they just stomped some scrubs. This is a pretty formidable opponent. But then, Vitality B, this team is actually very, very interesting. Sigenda, Jack Troll, Jeskla, Skeens, and Diplex. That's like a pretty freaking good team. That is a very, very solid ERL roster just in terms of names and everything. Now, Vitality B, they did not exactly show up amazingly in this game, and K-Corp absolutely showed up, and I think there could be a lot of reasons for that. One, I think Cabochard and Rekkles are as comfortable on stage, especially in front of crazy, crazy crowds, as anyone in the LFL. I mean, they're a lot more comfortable on stage in front of crowds than most players in the LEC, let alone, Sigenda, Jeskla, Skeens, a lot of these guys. And I think that absolutely could have played into some of this. But yeah, Sigenda coming out going 0-6, Skeens 1-4, Diplex 0-5-0 on the Corki, a little bit rough. And again, I think having Cabochard and Rekkles on this K-Corp team, while they have some newer players and some newer faces like 113, just being a confident voice to tell them, like, hey, guys, we're going to be okay. Hey, I know that this is crazy. It's really exciting. There's a lot of pressure all this moment, but hey, we got this. I think that can really calm your whole team down and really get them excited as well. But this was a very, very big game because Vitality B was towards the top of the standings. K-Corp was towards the bottom of the standings. And they stomped them. I mean, this game is obviously not close looking at these scores. 5-0-10 on Seiken, 9-0 on Rekkles. He goes, 15-0 on the weekend without dying. Cabochard 4-0-7, Zinzao 1-1-3, 1-2-13, and Hantera 1-1-11. I mean, this was just a dominant victory, 20-3. And after that, we get to the point where now K-Corp is 4-4 after being 2-4. They're tied for 5th, but they're on a 2-game win streak, and they're turning some things around. They've beaten BDS Academy. They've beaten Vitality B. Yes, they lost to LDLC, but they've beaten 2 of the top 3 teams, and they're kind of ramping up right now. And that's very, very exciting. And this also got us to this point where Rekkles has an emotional interview after the K-Corp win, talking with Lore in front of the fans. This was a very, very cool moment, so I wanted to play this clip real quick.
Tell me about the last few weeks, the beginning of the season with K-Corp. What hasn't been clicking and what was different today?
I think we struggled a lot with playing at home.
Yeah.
So I think, at least for myself, playing at home is a really hard thing to do. I love being here in front of you guys, playing with you guys. Like it's, yeah, it's.
Waiting for this one, so.
All I wanted to say is, I think I'm at my best in a place like this.
Okay.
This is where I think I thrive. This is where I am myself. And at home, it was just really hard to play. And the last 2 weeks, I think I did very poorly. Like last Thursday was really bad, I think. So okay. I'm happy to have a day like this together with my team because I really think we needed this sort of momentum going forward. Since we are, like before this game, we were 2-4, and now we're in 3-4, and we really need to get going. So I think a day like today is the start of it. I really think so.
Now that's just a super, super cool moment. I really don't think you can watch that clip and say that we don't need fans back in the LEC and the LCS, like right away. I mean, I watched that clip and I'm the LEC commissioner, the LCS commissioner. Okay, I'm calling up whoever the heck I got to talk to. We're getting fans in there, at least a couple hundred, at least something, getting somebody in there to bring back this excitement, momentum, and hype. And hey, it's very, very interesting that, Rekkles talks about, hey, this is where I love to be. This is where I need to be. I play better here than at home. And just thinking about how much the last couple of years the LCS and the LEC have been played at home and not on stage, not in front of crowds, and thinking how much that could have affected a lot of players mentally, physically, and affected really the course of the last couple of years in terms of standings, titles, outcomes. it's had a very, very big impact, and it's potentially affected careers. It's potentially affected, legacies. Some people are out of the league. Rekkles ended up in ERLs. That's weird. That's crazy. But also, he says, hey, this is where I love to be. This is where I need to be. And this is a momentum changer. And then they go out and beat Vitality B the next day. So again, I think there's absolutely something to this. And I just thought it was super, super cool seeing these clips, hearing the crowd go crazy, seeing Rekkles talk about how, this is what he loves. This is where he needs to be. This is where he is at his best. And then just also thinking like, wow, Rekkles is living his best life right now. He's getting to play in ERLs. He's stomping. He's living a rock star life. The fans love him. Everybody loves him. He's making a lot of money still. Obviously, that's kind of the downside of the ERLs. You usually don't make as much money, and you can't compete for, like, international titles and stuff. But, hey, I don't know. When I look around, I don't think G2 is going to win Worlds this year. So all in all, I don't think Rekkles is missing out too much from having got kicked from G2. He's still getting the bag. He's living a more exciting, more fun lifestyle. Like right now, would I rather be Flocked or Rekkles? Like, I'm picking Rekkles like 99 out of 100 times. And yeah, I think Rekkles is going to make it back to the LEC next year. I think he's going to have an opportunity to end up on a roster that still, can go to Worlds and do some damage or something. But in the meantime, while G2 and some other LEC teams as well are kind of going through a transitionary period, kind of figuring some stuff out, hey, Rekkles he had a rough year, a rough offseason. He definitely went through some tough times. But hey, I think this is the start of something very, very exciting and kind of a new chapter in Rekkles' career. And again, right now, it looks like a lot of fun to be playing at K-Corp. It looks like a lot of fun to be playing in the LFL in front of fans. And yeah, it's just making me super, super jealous because the LCS and the LEC just absolutely needs that. But huge week for Rekkles and K-Corp. 2-0. They're now 4-4 in the standings. A pentakill for Rekkles, a 15-0 weekend. Hey, everything's going right. So definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about anything we talked about in this video. Rekkles, K-Corp, the LFL, fans in the studio. I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.